What's up, everybody? Welcome to Big Things Kentucky. Coach Bew, we got some breaking news, baby.
What's going on? Have no fear. Big Things is here. I'm Coach Bew, my man, Coach TV on assignment. Coach Truck, this is some breaking news we have here, Coach.
Well, Coach, man, I guess perennial middle school powerhouse, E.J.Hayes, our man, my man, Nick Saban Payne is resigning his position. He's got things to do in life and it's time to move on, but he is leaving the E.J.Hayes head coaching spot. Coach,
that is definitely breaking news there. You called me this morning crying and tears and snot running down your nose, and I thought we had lost a family member or something. But you was like, no, Coach Nick Saban Payne's gone. So you know, you was all tore up by this decision, Coach. Are you going to be okay, Coach? First of all.
Well, man, I mean, let's be honest. There's pretty much a couple things you can count on here in Lexington. What they say, you can count on death, taxes, and E.J.Hayes in the championship game, Coach.
Man, they have been a powerhouse for the last 7 years, maybe even longer. Put out a lot of talent from that school, a lot of good athletes. Been, like I said, probably the most dominant 8th grade and 7th grade team over the last few years. Except my boy Coach Payne now won the 7th grade last year. But Haynes definitely been a powerhouse, Coach.
Yes, sir. Well, we got a chance to catch up with our man Nick Payne. Here he is, right here.
What's going on, coaches?
Not much, man. Man, Coach. So, explain to us what's going on, Coach.
Well, right now, I've been started getting my administration certification at EKU over the past year. I have a 4-year-old daughter that's about to be 5, going to be in kindergarten next year. So I met with my guys last night on Zoom and just kind of let them know that I'm not going to be coming back as the head football coach for next year. So at Hayes, we've accomplished a lot, but our kids are fully ready to continue the Hayes tradition, so to speak, in the future. So that's a short story. That's a short part of it, right?
Coach, I'm going to say, first of all, man, congratulations to you on this next step in your life and, putting family first and making this decision. I know it probably was a hard one because somebody like you who does so much for the city, for the kids, for the youth, and for middle school sports, man, it's definitely going to be a loss. Coach Truck called me this morning with crying, with tears in his eyes, snot bubbles. I'm like, what's wrong, man? Your wife leaving? Somebody died and you said you was leaving. I couldn't believe it, Coach. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. No, it's something that I've kind of been wrestling with, you know what I mean, for the last 2 years, dealing with let's be honest. It's not easy to coach in Fayette County, period, regardless if you're high school, middle school, youth football, whatever. It's a challenge, and to have a championship program year after year, it takes a lot of dedication and investment, so to speak, on your part. And if you're not all in, you're not going to be doing what's best for the kids. And it's something I wrestled with. I kind of had an idea coming into this year that with the challenges, how hard it was for me to go to school, full time for my education specialist degree. It was hard. And I have a bunch of other stuff, that I'm doing leadership wise. I'm still, if all these coaches think that Coach Payne's not going to be helping out over at Hayes, I mean, they're sadly mistaken. I'm going to be helping out. I just can't commit. I can't be a head coach for sure. And I also can't commit to an assistant coach role right now, but I'm not saying never say never type thing. So I'll be helping out. I'll be pulling those kids aside in the hallways and working with them and making sure their grades are up every week. And if I have one thing that I'm disappointed in is the fact that I'm not going to be the head coach when we get all these teams that actually I feel like this is going to be an up year for middle school football in Fayette County. So, Leestown, LTMS, Crawford, Winburn. I mean, the talent's definitely spread out throughout the city. I know it sounds funny, coming from me, but I love being an underdog. But it sure is nice being the underdog for sure, right?
Now, have you worked out a successor, or is that to be determined at a later date?
Well, they can't hire anyone officially, but I mean, really, it's a no brainer that Coach Rayleigh, he's been with me for I think since 2012. He's been coaching with me, so he's been a part of all 7 championships that we won. He's been calling the offense at Hayes for the last 6 years. So if people think that like I said, there's going to be some sort of down year or something, or things are going to look different. Things aren't going to look very different. It's going to be a lot of the same stuff. It's just going to have his own little spin on it. But, but look, man, we've accomplished a lot. I'm really proud of the program. Frustrated that middle school football in Fayette County couldn't really take the next step. I felt like several years it was about to take the next step. Mm-hmm. We're really close to getting it into the state playoffs. With this group that's about to be seniors, they probably would have been that first group, and we had them this close.
Yeah.
But the powers that be decided it wasn't the right fit. So, it's a shame, but I'm still holding out hope that something like that will happen for the kids in Fayette County, because they deserve it.
Now, looking back on your legacy of dominance that you had, what would you like to leave for this Hayes program? What would you think would be your stamp on this program?
Coming in, I had such great, I had a lot of pieces to work with. My first year as head coach was, Walker Wood, his 8th grade year. So, coming in with, it was kind of like player driven, where, you got the athletes and it kind of lined up with a lot of what these other guys are doing. Now I would say the legacy that I'm leaving, now that I'm gone and not going to be the head coach, is the fact that there's not one guy that defines each of our teams. It's a team. We have the best team in the city, not necessarily the best athletes. So, Walker Wood and DeMonte Johnson that first year, I mean, they carried us. I mean, I didn't have to do much as the head football coach. It was like, all right, just Walker, go get them. And DeMonte, go take the rock to the house, right? Some of the things that I learned, and grew the most as, even though it hadn't happened much, was the losses that we took. My second year as coach, we went 3-7, took some L's, didn't have many, a ton of athletes. And man, I learned a lot that year. Learned a lot in those losses. My first year, we lost 2 games, and lost Jesse Clark twice in the championship game. And we learned that we had to improve. And I embraced that. I mean, every year I tried to get a little bit better. And I would say, like, the lasting legacy that I'd like to leave and would follow us is the fact that, man, this is not something that has been all on Coach Payne. It's been a team thing. Parents, players, coaches. We put a lot. The admin, the investment, and accountability the administration has let us have as coaches to help these kids succeed would be the thing that I would say that has helped us win 56 games in a row, which is what it is over 6 years. We've won it the last 6 years, 56 games in a row is what we won.
Now, Coach, you're leaving out, man. I mean, how long do you plan on staying out? Are you a young man? I know you still got some time in you. Probably gonna have a few more kids. Do you see yourself returning back to the game? And if you do you think it'll be on the high school level?
Yeah, I mean, I've had some opportunities. I've had some interest from some high schools around here. I would say it's probably going to be a couple years before I even consider it. What I really owe to my family is that time to make sure that I'm making the best decision for my family. Give myself the opportunity. I've been coaching football for 14 years, 15 years as a teacher, and I haven't even been able to really think about how I could grow professionally outside of football. So, 10 years of doing the same thing as head football coach, had a lot of success. I owe it to my family to put that time for them, make sure that I'm making the right decision. Those people that know me the best know I don't jump. I'm not going to do anything recklessly or make a bad decision that's not right for my family first. And this decision is strictly, I love my kids at Hayes. I teared up when I talked to them last night. I told them why we were doing it, what's going on. Nothing's going to change. It's going to be a couple years, and if I come back, it's probably not going to be middle school football. But I do continue to grow. I plan on growing, and continue to doing going to different types of trainings and learning, how to be a better coach as well.
All right, Coach. Now, as you exit this chapter, like we said, you talked about earlier, it's difficult to coach in Fayette County. What, if anything, would you suggest or think would help improve the Fayette County Middle School football program system?
Well, I'm telling you, it's no one's fault. The reason why it is what it is, this is a top down, bottom up, middle, everything problem. And everyone has been okay with accepting the status quo, right? Ever since I started, middle school football was roll the dang football out, at halftime, run your dang 10 plays if you have time, if there's enough light, and make do. So we've taken steps, but those steps aren't good enough. It's not going to win championships. It's not putting our high school teams in the best situation to win. So you're saying, all right, let's build the facilities in high school. Okay, that's great. Well, let's build some facilities for middle school and youth football to eliminate the issue with the ability for our teams to all play and to have tournaments and to limit the space issue that we have, right? So let's find a way to benefit everyone. We got to figure out a way to reach more kids, from the bottom up. We're getting, and it's not a up level. We're putting money toward building nice locker rooms and new high schools and all this stuff, but it's too late at that time. It's a high school, it's a middle school, it's a youth football issue. It is, and it's about, is it worth getting these kids involved at a young enough age? The people that are doing it right now, that are working their butts off, have done a fantastic job at the youth level. But we got to get everybody out there working their tails off, including middle school coaches and high school coaches. And they're doing it, but they're not working together. We got to work smarter and more efficiently. That's what we need to do. We need to have advocates that are there to help our football grow in Fayette County. Not doing what we're doing right now. It's not working.
Well,
he's like, man, we're getting less kids that have played football before we get them at Fayette and at Hayes than we've ever had before. I'm talking, we had 3 kids that have played football before we got them in 6th grade.
Wow.
This past year, and we had 26 graders.
Wow.
And it's no one's fault. Okay. But we have to fix the problem. So, you wonder why we're losing to these big programs, right? That, and Douglas has got all these athletes. They've done a heck of a job. Their coaches are phenomenal, right? What they've done with what we're giving them is amazing. But we got to figure out a way to make sure that we're getting as many kids in football at as young of an age as we can, and not just trying to fix them once we get them.
All right, Coach. Well, man, thank you for breaking the news with us and letting us know. We'll get this out to everybody. I want to wish you the best in everything you do, Coach, man.
Appreciate it.
I'll find another nickname for the next coach. It's a sad day for me, Coach, man. It's hurting me, Coach.
Hey, I appreciate it. And, I'm going to be at a lot of the games. And like I said, anytime you need me to come on, and I'll have a lot more free time now. So I don't know if I can get the views like you guys get. Hey, Coach Pugh, I'm glad to see you. You're looking good, man. Looking really good.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, Coach. Thanks for the prayers, man. Yeah, we're trying to get back, man. Definitely. And I'm telling you, Coach, everything we said, we definitely meant that about you being great for the game. You always look to try to help us at the youth level. So, man, my hats off to you. Keep doing what you're doing. And like I said, man, you're the Lexington Middle School's a little step closer to being better with your time here.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you guys so much. Big things, Kentucky. You guys are where it's at, man. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. And I'll be watching you guys every week.
Man, it's good to see the coach has his replacement already picked out. So, like me, you said, it's a good thing. It won't be much of a drop off from what he had already. So, that was a good move by Coach and Hayes doing that. So, like I said, it's going to be interesting to see. Like I said, LTMS is going to come up with Coach Pete over there. You know, if his administration let that man alone, let him coach them kids, him and Ross, they're doing a great job over there. Winburn's doing great, man. You know, hey, Crawford's going to be Crawford, you know, Coach.
Yeah.
You know,
so, you got Leestown and Bryan Station, man. Like he said, this is kind of like we're in a renaissance right now. You know, we got some good coaches in place. There's a lot of good things happening in middle school right now.
Great coaches. A lot of great coaches across the board. Yeah, Coach Morton at Bryan Middle School, Coach Ward now, man. I'm excited about it, man. Definitely.
Yes, sir. Well, you know, I still got a Hayes shirt in backup. You know, I'm still ready because we winning, we riding, Coach. But looking forward to a great middle school season, man.
Yes, should be a good one, Coach. You know, it's funny he spoke about how, you know, he beating President Douglas, and the elementary schools will step in the game up. It's gonna be, you're gonna start seeing all the high schools step up. You know, thing about Hayes, you know, Henry Clay's fighting for the same kids as President Douglas is fighting for. So let him get a few of them kids. You're gonna see Henry Clay turn the corner too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Coach, man, that's breaking news. E.J.Hayes, Coach Nick Payne is stepping down. Ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. We'll be back next Thursday. We keep doing big things. We got some big things in the works, y'all. Be on the lookout. Big things finna get bigger, baby.
Absolutely. Coach Truck just bringing somebody else to the fold to help us out. But as always, there should be a living donor. I'm Coach Bew, my man, Coach TB on assignment. Coach Truck.
Hey.